Good morning from Hong Kong. We are at the Gibson Home Show here at AsiaWorld-Expo. We are in Hall 2, Creative Product Demo Zone. Now, I have here the gentleman sitting beside me, Drew Fralick, a talk show host. You might have seen him yesterday doing some product demos. So I'm here to talk to Drew about what he thinks about the show and the role of new technology, social media in changing or complementing the trade show. So, Drew, it's a very busy day for all of us. So let's start. I have a few questions to start now. A little easy on the first one. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm an entertainer and stand-up comedian. I'm based out of Shanghai, so I've lived in Shanghai for 11 years.
Okay.
And I do comedy in English and Chinese, and I also do a lot of trade shows and different exhibitions and things like that. So
In Hong Kong, Shanghai.
Hong Kong, this is the first time,
Oh,
but Shanghai I've done before. Did the whiskey exhibition for 5 years, which is a
Okay.
lot of fun. So just different events and things, and yeah.
So hosting product demos.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
All right, great. So you've been at the show, you've
Yep,
been around,
right.
you've seen the product. So what are your impressions?
Well, the first thing that I'm really impressed by is just how big it is.
Okay.
It's like the Disneyland of products. Like you couldn't see everything in one day.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of very interesting products out there that people have sort of like come up with a solution to a problem that, you know, when I see the product, I go, oh yeah, I have
so
that
that's
problem.
how you
Why
do it.
did
Okay,
yeah?
yeah.
That
Why
makes
didn't
a
I
lot of
think
sense.
of that?
Yeah. So one thing in particular, yesterday we had a product called the Ninja Neck Pillow, and it was like this neck pillow, but then it had it's a very simple idea, but it has this hood that goes over top, and I'm like, that makes a ton of sense. Why wouldn't you need an eye mask? You need a neck pillow. Why wouldn't you put the two things together? And it was really cool.
Instead of three different things,
Right,
trying to lug everything around.
Yeah, so it's very cool.
So anything interesting other than the neck pillow?
I thought yesterday the talking robot was very cool as well. So there's a robot, and your kids can talk to it, and they can look things up on the internet, and the robot sings to them and stuff. So
A modern day nanny.
I don't know if it cleans the house, but yeah. When I was growing up, we just had a dog, so.
Well, dogs are fun. Yeah. Okay, you mentioned you've done trade exhibitions before,
Right.
product demos. So
Right.
based on your experience, what would make a product click?
So I think that for a lot of people, there's two stages basically. The first stage is you see something and you think, wow, that's really creative, like that's really interesting. That's sort of like the first stage. But when it really clicks, I feel like that is when you could sort of see that product or that particular solution in your life. Like you're like, oh, that'll be perfect for X, Y, and Z. You know.
So, for example, the Ninja Pillow.
Yeah, or the other one that was cool yesterday was there's this cooling cup. So you put, and this is like a big, I was like, oh, I have to get one of these because, you know, you go and you make coffee or you have a hot tea or something like that, and then you have to wait for like 20 minutes.
And you're in a hurry, you want
And
to sip.
yeah, and it's like, you know, even if you have nothing going on, you're like, I don't want to wait 20 minutes to have my coffee. I need it now, you know. So just I think when it clicks is just when you can see that
Yeah.
being in your house or being in your life.
I
something
think
like
I
that.
saw that cup, so you shake it, cools it
Yeah,
down.
you shake it and it cools down like in a
Yeah.
minute. It's
So
pretty
it's
cool.
perfect for, drive through, pour your coffee there,
Yeah,
give it a minute,
yeah,
and
yeah.
sip away. All right, so speaking of products that click, earlier this year, it was all about fidget spinners. You see everybody walking around with these things, and social media, you have like videos of people sticking fidget spinners on their rings. My favorite, cats and fidget spinners.
Okay. I never saw that video, but it sounds cool.
Several. I tried it out on my cat and Nat. What role do you think social media and influencers like you and technology have on making a certain product, go like really crazy viral?
Well, first of all, I think with the fidget spinners, those are just like massively addictive. It's such a simple idea, but just, for kids and even for adults, it's just, you could play with it all day long. So I think that with social media, it's a matter of, in the past, if you had something really interesting or a really good product, it might not sort of take off to such an extreme level. Whereas now, if you have something like the fidget spinners, where it's a simple idea and it has a good design, but maybe it wouldn't just go crazy. Now with Facebook and Twitter and all and YouTube, you have, those can kind of take it to the next level where you have this being like a really, really high selling product or a really big idea.
Yeah, so you have kids just taking simple videos of themselves spinning their spinners, posting it. Next thing you know, you're racking up thousands.
Yeah, they get millions of views.
Yeah, and suddenly you're a YouTuber and you're like 15 and you're making money for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's it's crazy, but yeah, that's the role of technology, social media now. We're very busy, so last question.
Okay.
Now, trade shows, this, it's like traditionally it's a place where an importer goes and, gets to meet new buyers, or if they have partners, suppliers, they go there face-to-face meetings and then like actually see products. I'm not sure if I can touch these, but, touch them physically, handle the products. What do you think is the role of social media, technology influencers there? How is it changing trade shows? Is it complementing trade shows?
Well, I think I have a little bit of experience. Way back in the day, I was doing sort of similar thing where we were buying products and importing and exporting, stuff like that. I think that, first of all, there's no real substitute for meeting your supplier face to face, for having that relationship, for knowing them and building that trust. So I think that's really important. But with social media, I think it's twofold. It can sort of let the buyer know what is out there, and second of all, what is popular right now. So if they see some sort of trend in social media, they can say to themselves, well, this is big. Maybe the other thing is going to be the next big thing.
So it's almost immediate.
Yeah. So it's changed a lot. I think in the old days, people would just go on these websites and look through page after page after page of things, whereas social media is sort of kind of like trimming down what is immediately in people's faces. So
perfect example would be the fidget spinner.
Right. I would have never even heard of that if it wasn't
for social media.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, any last words, Drew?
Well, I just hope everyone has a good time, and I'm glad to be here, and I think it's very cool what's going on here, and just encourage everyone to get out and see as much as you can.
Yeah. So we're on the second day, 2 more days left. So with that, we bid you goodbye. Thank you so much, Drew, for having us.
Thank you.
Good luck with your presentations. You can catch Drew later, starting at 11.
11.
Yeah, 11. It's Hall 2, Creative Product Demo Zone. You'll see Drew showing us how some of these fancy products work. And I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.